Yes, people, then welcome back to Rasenal TV. I am your host, Dini, and you are here for the match overview part 2. Arsenal versus Manchester City at this great stadium, Wembley, on Sunday. 4:30 kickoff for the Carabao Cup final. You do not want to miss it. And it's the first trophy on offer. And there is only one team that can still win the quadruple. The mighty Arsenal, people them. Big up yourselves. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video as well. Now, midweek madness. Arsenal secured their place in the Champions League quarter-final. Manchester City were knocked out, dumped out of the Champions League by Vinicius Jr. And Real Madrid again. They are down in the dumps and Arsenal are absolutely on the high. And the way it looks at this moment in time, it looks like Arsenal are absolutely going to walk over Manchester City in this stadium on Sunday. But we know finals don't always work like that. Sometimes they say form goes out the window. How much form will go out the window when these two teams meet on Sunday remains to be seen. Now let's look at the form going into this game, right? Since we're talking about form. Arsenal I believe, are unbeaten in their last 9 games in all competitions. Manchester City are on a bit of a slump at this moment in time. Losing, getting dumped out by Real Madrid, drawing to West Ham, drawing to the likes of Nottingham Forest. I think the only win in the last 5 games is against Newcastle United in the Premier League. Since Arsenal drew back-to-back against Brentford and the likes of Wolves, we've beaten Tottenham, Chelsea, Brighton, Mansfield, beating Leverkusen now. We've gone through. There's only one team that is on the high at the moment, and as you know already, it's the mighty Arsenal. Now, going into that game, the early injury news is that the likes of Odegaard could also be back for this game on Sunday as well. He's been pushing. He hasn't been selected for the Norway squad, so that might actually tell you all you might need to know about Martin Odegaard's percentage of chances to actually start this Sunday. Will he be fit enough? That remains to be seen. We also know that Timber didn't play the Champions League game in Leverkusen in the Emirates on Tuesday night as well, because he came off with an injury against Everton on the weekend. And we also know as well that Eze came off with a knock in that Leverkusen game second leg, and also what a banger he scored. And we're going to talk about Eze more in a second. What an absolute banger he scored. But as we know, he came off with a slight injury in that Leverkusen second half, but it seems that he is okay. On his own account, he said that he's doing fine, all is well. So it looks like Eze will be fit and ready to play this game. Now, the last time we met Man City in the League Cup final, we got battered, absolutely smoked. 3-0 in the final. I remember Koscielny getting moved to by Aguero. I think Bernardo Silva might have scored in that game. I can't remember who else scored in that game, but Arsenal were absolutely battered, crestfallen, and then a couple of days later in the Premier League, we were battered again. That is not the same Arsenal that will be facing Man City in this stadium on Sunday. Not a soft Arsenal, a tough Arsenal. An Arsenal that people are now seeing that not only are we difficult to beat, but it's just like, how are you going to beat us? How are you going to beat us? All right, yeah, we are beatable. Only lost, 3 games in a whole season so far? Arsenal are looking imperious right now, absolutely imperious. The likes of Hincapié is coming into form now. Gabriel and Saliba again, another clean sheet. David Raya, clean sheet. We're going to talk about the predicted 11 later in the week as well. So make sure you subscribe to Rasenal TV so you don't miss that, because there is a lot around the starting 11 that we need to talk about in terms of the keepers, in terms of the 10s, who starts. But in the last few games, that there are players that have absolutely staking their claim to start on Sunday. Someone that will probably definitely start on Sunday is Declan Rice, peas and chicken. Do you know what I'm saying? What another brilliant performance he did on Tuesday night against Leverkusen. A beautiful goal as well that Thierry Henry would have been absolutely proud to see. Caressed it into the bottom right corner from about 25 yards out, and he commanded the midfield in Leverkusen. I keep saying in Leverkusen, at the Emirates, indeed. He will most likely be starting this game, an absolute definite. Someone else that's most likely going to be a definite to start the game is the likes of Gabriel and Saliba as well. Absolutely imperious defenders, and Eze has put his name in the hat to start that game. Absolutely. How can you drop Eze with the form that he is in now? Another banger in the Champions League. What a beautiful goal, straight on the half volley as well, right into the top corner. Keeper had no chance, and we want to give these lot no chance on Sunday, because as I said, the last time we met Man City in the final, we were cleaned off the park. But when it comes to playing at Wembley, Arteta has Pep Guardiola's number. I want to say semi-final 2020 FA Cup. I want to say the 2 Community Shields as well. So when it comes to Wembley and Pep Guardiola versus Arsenal, he doesn't have a fun time. Overall, Arsenal have had the upper hand when it comes to Wembley again versus Arsenal. I want to say the earlier 3-0 Community Shield win as well. I've spoken about the semi-finals as well. The only one win that Man City have had at Wembley against Arsenal was that League Cup final battering in 2017. That is not what is going to happen on Sunday, because Arsenal are still fighting on all four fronts. And for all the years, for all the seasons, for all the talk, for all the hate that we've been getting, there should only be one team that has the energy to go and win this game on Sunday. It has to be Arsenal. It has to be Arsenal. It can only be Arsenal, because anything less than an Arsenal win, I wouldn't say it's a disaster, but it's not great. Pep Guardiola is already talking about Man City being the underdogs for this game on Sunday. The first time I've ever even heard Guardiola say that they are the underdogs for anything. But you know, he's honest, and I can't even act like and say that they're not the underdogs, because if you really just forget about all the rival banter and this, that, and the other, Man City are 9 points behind Arsenal. They've just been knocked out of the Champions League. They're not playing the best football at all. Man City this season have been so susceptible to chances. There hasn't been a solidity or a dominance or a superiority to Man City this season. As well with the likes of Arsenal, vice versa on the other side, we've looked dominant, we've looked superior, we look strong to win a cup final on Sunday, and this is the first time we've been favourites against a Pep Guardiola side. It's crazy times to be an Arsenal fan right now. And can we win this Carabao Cup final on Sunday? Absolutely. Who's going to start the Carabao Cup final? Rasenal family, let me know in the comment section down below. Who would you want to start up front? As I said, we're going to do a predicted 11 later on in the week, so make sure you are here for that. My own thoughts though, I'm excited, I'm expectant. I expect the arch to be red on Sunday, come 7 p.m. when the game is done. I expect the arch to be red. When Arsenal beat Chelsea in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, I said we're going to Wembley. And I wrote it on my calendar because I was that confident of what Arsenal were going to do against Man City. If it was Man City or Newcastle in the final, I was already overconfident. I'm even more confident now. Everything points to an Arsenal win, but what we cannot do is be complacent, because at the end of the day, Arsenal fans, we have to remember, it's Pep Guardiola we're coming up against. It's Man City. It's Haaland. They can turn it on at any point. And if they smell danger at any point, they will go for it. Man City haven't been great, but even when we faced them at the Emirates, they got that early chance. Gabriel was caught lacking. Boom, Haaland scores. And it wasn't up until like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game that we got our equaliser. As a ball over the top, Martinelli, beautiful finish. Right? So let's not do any of that. Let's not give any gifts on Sunday, because if we play to 100% of our best ability and Manchester City play to 100% of their best ability, Arsenal win, period. Don't give them no gifts. Let's get the job done. I'm going to give you my prediction in the predicted 11 video as well. So people, then let me know your early thoughts ahead of this cup final on Sunday. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling? Man City fans as well, if you're watching this, how are you feeling? What are your early predictions? What are your early thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. And we're looking forward to it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Rasenal TV. And make sure you're back here for the next video, which will most likely be a combined 11. Peace.